Hey, this is Mike Ham from Radio Garden State, and you're listening to Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio.
Hello. Here we are again.
That's right. Shelley Fabray's Lair.
That's right.
We actually played Trivia Pursuit the other night with my friends, and one of the answers was Shelley Fabray.
Shelley Fabray.
So I laughed.
Right. I've been seeing your friends behind your back. I gotta tell you.
Have you?
I had a nice little conversation with Mr. Paul after church the other day.
Nice.
And then I had a nice conversation with his son.
Paul.
At work. I was out of work. He was at work.
We saw him at work too the other day.
But he suggested that him and I go out and play golf.
That would be nice.
That's what I said.
Good.
See? I'll hook him up.
Nice.
Welcome to Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman. We are here in producer Claire's lair.
That's a one way to put it.
My
library.
Right. That's right, the library. Here at the library, the Shelley Fabray Institute.
Chapter 17.
Of Radiology. No. Unfortunately, the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment are under construction.
True.
So we had to cancel our expected guests who were Outfox and reschedule them. Date to be determined. So for those of you tuning in expecting to hear Outfox, I am very sorry, but they will be on. They promised me as such, and I apologize for any inconvenience.
There you go.
But Rock On Radio is sponsored by the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment, as well as O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey, the official caterers of Rock On Radio. They will be catering, they don't know it yet, but they will be catering the Christmas Spectacular.
Nice.
Which Andy Bernstein reached out to me, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Wants to know if he comes in with him and a keyboard player and a guitar player, if we have the ability to accommodate such a thing.
We did last year, didn't we?
I told him we have enough channels.
We have ways.
But he wanted to ask because he knows we use a lot of microphones that day.
Right.
And before we continue, look who we have.
Oh, yay.
We have our very good friend. We have Carol Lester on the phone.
Carol!
Hello, Carol.
Hey, Danny. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I am doing well this nippy day.
Uh-oh. Is it chilly up there where you're at?
It's a little chilly, yeah.
Okay. Well, I noticed I went in to visit my parents about 6 p.m., and when I came out about 6:45, there was a noticeable difference in the temperature today.
Yeah. Yep. It's getting chilly, so
well, with the new season comes some new things, and you have something new happening, don't you, my friend?
I do. It's actually our second year, but this is the first show of the new season. And it's called Sea and Sky Songwriters. And the first show is going to be Saturday, November 8th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Mutiny Beach, which is inside Convention Hall on the boardwalk in Asbury Park. It's inside. It's a restaurant bar. And the first show, Sea and Sky Songwriters, is going to feature Joe Weimer, Pam McCoy, Jim Ferrante, with special guests Leah Thompson and Alex Sanders. And I'm the host. I'm the hostess.
The mostest?
With the mostest, yeah, Claire. How are you?
Good.
You know, the idea behind it is I've known a lot of these writers for a long time, but everybody loves them for their feel-good, you know, summer happy, drunken cover bands, right? But a lot of them are fantastic songwriters. Joe had a song in Netflix, A Handmaid's Tale. So the people who I feature, maybe you already love them because you love their bands, but maybe you didn't realize what really talented songwriters they are on their own. And this is a little bit more of an upfront, intimate, environment, so they can talk about the song and introduce it, and people might be coming and joining them on bass or sax or whatever, but it's not going to blast you out of the room. You'll be able to hear the lyrics they spend so much time on.
Well, Joe Weimer also had music on Fox NASCAR Sunday and Sons of Anarchy, a couple of different seasons, and Pam McCoy is fabulous, truly fabulous, and it's been a very long time since I've seen or spoken to Jimmy Ferrante. So what's the format? Is it like a Nashville style round, or are you calling them up one at a time, giving them a half hour each? How's it set up?
Everybody's going to get a half hour. And then we have a couple songs that we're going to kind of do together. We're going to jam on, and it should be really good. The musicianship of everybody in the room. And as the season goes on, we're going to have Ryan Gregg, who is Ocean Avenue Stompers piano player, but he has a new album out. Deborah Devi, Chuck Lambert. I'm trying to think. Cranston Dean. So, and Ms. G and the guys. Ms. G?
I sure do.
All right. So her new band has a lot of the old favorites, but a couple new people, and each of them is a songwriter and just a fantastic musician. So the very next show in January 6th, probably that's the date, is going to be Ms. G and her band, but all the different people in her band, solo acoustic, doing their songs as well. So it should be really interesting.
Right. Now, is there a Facebook page or Instagram page or website that you have dedicated to this, Carol?
That's a good idea, Danny. I wish I told you a week ago. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Well, there is a Facebook for the date, Saturday, November 8th, and it's posted publicly. The Sea and Sky Songwriters at Mutiny Beach, Saturday, November 8th, 5 to 8 p.m. in Asbury Park. And you know what? I'll make a website for the Sea and Sky Songwriters. I can do that. It'll probably, I'll try to make it seaandskysongwriters.com. How does that sound?
That sounds like a heck of an idea.
Right. But in the meantime, you can go to carollester.com and I'll put it up there.
Even better. I love it. That's great. So each artist gets a half an hour.
Yes.
And they're playing original music.
Yeah, they'll throw in a couple of their favorite covers too, but mostly it's focused on originals.
And is there a price to attend this event, or is there a donation? Is it, what do we, go ahead.
There is no cover. Of course, there's, if you want to do a $5 donation, that would be very appreciated. But please come thirsty and hungry, because we want to make sure that the venue has us back every month.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So is it a monthly thing, or is it every other month? Because you said, January is the next one.
December. I'm so sorry. December 6th. Yeah. Thank you. Danny, I don't know what I'd do without you,
really. That's great.
Well, there's a whole bunch of women you can ask about what they do without me. So.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
How is? Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, how is Miss G? I have not seen her in quite a while.
Yeah, she's doing great. I saw the band over in the park in Asbury Park, one of those Monday nights at the end of the summer, They sounded fantastic. That series that goes on in the park over there, Springwood Park. And I know she is recording some music. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that show. And the two of us had like a little duet show we were doing last year, so we'll probably revive some of those songs as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's on Saturday, November 8th. And then a little precursor taste, another songwriter thing going on, is I'm part of Paul Marzano's songwriter series at McCann's this coming Monday.
Nice.
November 3rd. So,
Same
yeah,
as John
so-
Nezzo.
yeah, and you've been to his show over there.
Yes. Not at McCann's, though, yet, because it moved, but it was still at
So-
Headliners.
Yeah, it's all good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to start up another series in New York at Fish Bar, which is in the East Village. And it'll probably be called Fish Bar Features. I have to put all this stuff on my website, Danny.
Well, I keep telling you.
All right, time to go to GoDaddy and change it up.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm an idea man, Carol. I'm an idea man.
Yes, he is.
You are. Yeah. You can put your hands in your head. Yeah, yeah. All right. Little super tramp there. Oh, and guess what?
Go
I
ahead.
have other news. So I've been doing an album of jazz standards
Oh, fun.
with my pianist, my longtime friend Peter Moffat, who's this fantastic jazz pianist. And it might be in the Warner Chappell music catalog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's all sorts of just beautiful songs. And my dad would have been very happy. He was a singer, and he used to love singing those things.
Oh.
You know, it had to be you, and someone to watch over me, and Blue Skies, and Bye Bye Blackbird. A lot of really beautiful songs.
Oh, well, good for you, Carol. Then that's got a little extra special meaning to it.
Yeah. And most of my new stuff I've been releasing on Bandcamp/Carol Lester. Because I don't know if you know this, but, you know, Spotify now made this deal with the AI companies, and somehow their language that we all signed off on included something like, and any new technology that comes its way, you've also agreed to. So everyone whose music is streaming on Spotify right now, that music can be knocked off. It can be used by AI for them to feed into and maybe copy your voice or your, you know,
Yikes.
your lyrics.
And
Yeah.
that means you get no royalties. So, you know, it's that's why I refuse. I tell bands all the time I refuse to use Spotify. And if I were you, I would too, you know, because they don't treat the artists well. They're always looking for ways to rip the artists off. I am not pro Spotify. There are plenty of other platforms where you can put your music out. You know, Spotify playlists aren't the end all to be all.
Right. When I share music, I usually send the YouTube list because YouTube pays a little bit more of a royalty. But Spotify, they pay like a 50th of a cent
Yep.
if you're the writer and the publisher. But if you don't have at least 1,000 streams of every song, you get nothing for each song.
Correct.
They've decided that 1,000, you don't even get your 50th of a cent unless you've had 1,000 streams.
Yep.
But the money's coming in. They're getting the money. So,
They just not giving it off to the artist. So,
no.
all right, Carol. So this songwriter series is November
8th. Saturday, November 8th.
at Mutiny inside Asbury Park's Convention Hall in
Yeah,
Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Yeah, so Convention Hall is on the boardwalk, but it's inside. It's at the north end of the boardwalk of Convention Hall. It's a restaurant and a bar. It's barbecue. Yeah, so Saturday, November 8th from 5 to 8 p.m. And then the next one is going to be Saturday, December 6th from 5 to 8 p.m. But this first one is going to be pretty exciting. Joe Weimer, Pam McCoy, Jim Ferrante, Leah Thompson, Alex Sanders, and your hostess.
With the mostest.
Your hostess with the mostest Twinkies. Yeah.
Ooh, I like Twinkies.
Are they out? Are they still? Are there still Twinkies?
Oh, yeah, there's still Twinkies.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. All right, Carol. Well, we're going to get back to work. We were just reading the sponsors when you called. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get back to Rock On Radio.
Wow. Can't wait to hear it. I'll be tuning in.
Well, you'll be first on the list. You called right at the beginning.
That's right.
Oh, boy. All right. Great. So thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Claire.
Great talking to you, Carol.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
All right. Rock on, my friend. Good luck with it.
Rock on.
There you go. Carol Lester here on Rock On Radio. I'm so lucky that I survived. I'm going to have to do some editing on that one.
I think
But
so.
Rock On Radio is sponsored by, I said O'Connor's, right?
Yep.
Lilla Pies of Princeton, located inside the Princeton Shopping Center at 301 North Harrison Street. Jen is the official dessert provider of Rock On Radio. Sinister Footwear. Go to sinisterfootwear.com or sinisterfw.com.
I'm like, wait.
Check out some of the wild socks that Tina sells. You buy any, use the promo code DCR Socks for 10% off your order at checkout. Dee Dee's Lights. I talked to Dee Dee today through text message.
Nice.
Dee Dee is going to make us a nice little basket for the December happy hour.
Very good.
Actually, the November happy hour is this week. November 6th, Mark Sacco at the Knot, the Nottingham
Oh,
Tavern,
Mark's always good.
located at 9 Mercer Street in Hamilton Square, New Jersey.
Is there a Christmas theme to
7 to
this?
9, not in November.
Oh, no, but December there's a Christmas theme?
The December happy hour is where I get contributions from all of our sponsors, and I give everything away from gift certificates to have dinner at the Knot to...
Oh, maybe I'll go.
I've got... I already have gift certificates or gift cards from Marcy at Tyndall Road Brewing to give away at that happy hour.
Nice.
I'll be talking to Jen at Lilla Pies about... She usually gives me coupons for something.
That's true.
And I'll be talking to all our other sponsors as
Awesome.
well.
All right.
See what they can give us.
Sounds
But
good.
that's that. New Jersey Stage. You can go to newjerseystage.com and see my most recent column, Rock On This Week's Soundbites. Go to newjerseystage.com. Or you could be listening to this show right now on thepenguinrocks.com, which is part of New Jersey Stage magazine. Tyndall Road Brewery, located at 102 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown, New Jersey. They are the official beer provider of Rock On Radio. Go in there, ask for Danny's Pick, which is the Habanero Coffee Stout. And it is fabuloso.
Now, even if you don't like spicy stuff?
Even if you don't like spicy stuff, it's got a nice little kick to it. It's beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye.
It's rich on onions.
The New Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation, jsjbf.org. You can check them out and see what they're up to, what they have. They have their Reckless Steamy Nights. Regina Bonelli was at the last one.
I did see the pictures of that. That's neat.
I love Regina. But they always bring you fantastic blues music. Now, speaking of which, this is the last show before
The veterans.
I have the Veterans Benefit that I'll be emceeing along with Robin Lane from formerly of The Rat, WRAT. That's November 8th at DJ's in Belmar, and that should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's on Sunday?
Sunday, November 8th.
Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
correct.
For some reason, I was thinking it was the 6th, but that's Friday.
Oh. Phoenix Art Supplies and Framing. They are located on Route 611, otherwise known as Southeastern Road in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. For more than 40 years, Jenny Schaefer has been providing quality framework and art supplies to Doylestown and beyond. Asbury Park Vibes, the site of the 17th annual Rock on Radio Christmas Spectacular. Doug and Diane have a great outfit over there. If you want to if you need a headshot or a bio for your band website, press release, any kind of pictures of your band you want taken, Diane and Doug have a staff of 15 photographers on hand to make that happen. Go to AsburyParkVibes.com.
Just to get back up for the veterans thing, the 8th is actually a Saturday. I was looking at 2026. So it's 8th is a Saturday. November 8th.
I'm pretty sure that's the date, November 8th,
No,
right?
it is.
Yeah, okay.
No, I had said it was Sunday. I had looked
Well, I thought it was a Sunday also.
No, it's a Saturday.
Excellent. And this show can be heard on Radio Garden State Monday mornings at 10 a.m., the Rock on Radio Indie Hour Wednesdays at 10 a.m., and Danny Coleman's Got the Blues Fridays at 10 a.m. Go to RadioGardenState.com. And how can they find out about us, Claire?
You go to DCROR.com, which is the short link for Danny Coleman's RockOnRadio.com.
Facebook, Danny Coleman's Rock on Radio, the number 2. Instagram, at Rock on Radio, all one word, all capital letters. So tonight, since this was kind of thrust upon us at the last minute, much like 2 weeks ago, when Madison made her radio debut, we have they're flying by the seat of her pants, something that I do very well. I won't lump you in with me.
I can
attest to that.
I can think on the fly.
So, I've got a couple of interviews this evening. I've got an interview with a gentleman by the name of course, you heard Carol Lester with her songwriter series. But I've also got an interview with a gentleman named J.B. Barnes, James J.B. Barnes. He's a blues guy who just did his second blues album with his producer and one of his best friends. You want to know who that is?
No.
Anthony Krisen.
Oh, how fun.
And that's out there now. But I've got an interview and a couple of songs from his latest album, My Mississippi Roots.
Nice.
His father was from Claiborne County, so he kind of took a deep dive into his lineage. And we had a little discussion about Clarksdale.
Ooh.
And so on and so forth. So that is actually coming up next. Then Mr. Kenny Wayne Shepherd will be going on the road to celebrate 30 years of his release, Ledbetter Heights.
Oh, very cool.
He'll be going out on tour in February of 2026, and Kenny and I had a neat little discussion. So we're going to air that interview and with another tune from Ledbetter Heights.
Very cool.
And then I've gotten so much new music this week, we'll probably fill the rest of it. I got new music from The Successful Failures,
Ooh, nice.
from Dave Keys. I've got new music. I get, it's amazing. Let's kick it off with James Barnes, a fantastic gentleman who might actually come down and sit with us for a couple hours soon.
Oh, very cool.
So, yeah. So, once again, this is Rock on Radio. I'm Danny Coleman. Producer Claire is here. We are doing yet another in a series of library shows. So, here's my interview with James Barnes. All right, so you got this new album out, My Mississippi Roots.
Yeah, My Mississippi Roots. That's I'm going deep on that one.
Oh.
You know, that's I had to reach back to my family history on my father's side, you know.
Okay, where are they from?
Well, my dad is from Port Gibson, Mississippi.
Okay.
Born in 1928. He's passed away. He's not with us anymore. But he is my lineage. The Barnes family name comes from that part of Mississippi, Claiborne County. And that's where my dad is from.
I went to Clarksdale earlier this year with 7 other people from the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation.
Oh, nice.
And what an experience. I have you ever been there to Clarksdale?
No, I've never been to Clarksdale.
I highly recommend it. My
Okay.
friend. Oh, good Lord. It is just, Yeah, it's a depressed town.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you would never know it from looking at it because it's very much steeped in history,
Yes.
and yet the streets are clean. The people are so friendly. It was just an amazing, amazing week of blues music, and I'm a blues musician myself, so for me it was like the holy grail, you know.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of tradition down there in Mississippi. I mean, look at the blues musicians who came from out of there.
Yeah.
You know, Muddy Waters and B.B. King, and it's just it's a lot of history down there, good, bad, and ugly. You know.
Yeah, and I pretty much covered all of that. I went to the place where on the Stovall plantation where Muddy Waters' house stood, and I went to the Emmett Till courthouse, and I went to the actual crossroads, not the kind they try to sell you on a T-shirt.
Right.
So it was a very sobering yet uplifting experience, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
I saw my man Watermelon Slim in a club no bigger than 15 by 20, I think. It was so small.
A juke, in other words, a juke joint.
Yeah, well, it was called the Bluesberry Cafe.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure if they classified it as a juke joint because I did go to the Bad Apple, and I went to, I wanted to get into Morgan Freeman's place, but they had it.
I heard about it.
Yeah, the Ground Zero. They had it closed. Case in point, I'm walking down the street. There's a guy standing there, and he's talking to a couple other people from our group. I want to introduce you to Gary. I'm looking at this guy. I'm thinking, Gary. It was Gary Vincent, the producer. He's like, oh, Charlie Musselwhite just walked out. We just finished his new album, and him and I and his wife are going to dinner tonight. And,
Wow.
And it was like it was nothing. And I'm like, wow, Charlie Musselwhite. But there's some incredible talent down there. And when I say, and it's like, they're so talented, they don't even know they're talented.
They don't even know they're talented, and they're so humble. And I got a chance to meet in person. I'd seen him for the second time. I met with him in person, Mr. Kingfish himself.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he's from down there in Mississippi.
Yep.
And he's on top of the world right now.
Yeah, he talks about in that song of his, Something in the Dirt, Must Be Something in the Dirt, how he used to sneak out of bed at the age of 12 and go to Red's juke joint, which was a whole nother experience, So it's good. It's incredible. It really is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. So your Mississippi roots run deep. How long have you been a blues musician?
I've been a blues musician for at least probably about 30 years or more.
Okay.
I grew up on kind of jazz music, jazz fusion, and once I got my ears on the blues, that's just what I love, because I mean, hell, you might as well say it. Blues and jazz are joined at the hip.
Oh yeah.
There is no jazz without blues. There is no rock and roll without blues.
Correct.
And I've been, I have a small 3-piece band I've been playing with. I started that band in 2012, so we've been together for a while. I'm on my third guitar player. The original guitarist unfortunately passed away from a heart attack.
Oh.
And then the second guitar player went his separate ways. But the gentleman that's with me now, he's been with us about 4 years. But the drummer, I've been playing with him on and off for the past 30 years or so.
Oh, okay. Who are these guys, if you don't mind me asking?
One guy's, the drummer's name is Tommy Dowd. He really started his thing out in the metal scene. He got real close. He did have a record deal until his lead singer, rolled over in a car and broke his neck. He didn't die, but he couldn't sing anymore.
Oh,
So, I've been with Tommy a long time. And Modine, I met Modine through a mutual friend. He's been on the scene, the R&B scene for a long time. And, we needed a guitar player. So, we asked him to come and sit in with us. And, it kind of worked out. So these three guys I've been playing with, Modine, like I said, for about 4 years. And Tommy, I've been playing off and on with him about 30 years. But I started the original band with Tommy and another gentleman who passed away.
Were they the musicians on the recording, or did you use studio guys?
No, I used friends. They did. Modine and Tommy were on Blues Falling Down Like Rain. They were on that song. And I used my son. My son's a Berkeley graduate. And he's a hell of a piano player. He's out in L.A. now, making a living, or trying to make a living. And so I used him. I used some other musicians. A guy named Chip DeGard. Yeah, Chip DeGard. He's a piano player as well, and he's also a gentleman that I'm working with on putting together a larger band to do tours with. And then I brought in some different singers. A gentleman named Stephen Braxton, who's singing lead on probably about 3 to 4 of the songs on the record. I used him on my last record, which I put out in 2023, called JB's Favorite Things. I pulled in a guy named Kevin Goings. Kevin Goings comes from the funk background. His brother, Glenn Goings, was part of the Funkadelic band with George Clinton way back in the day. But, and once he passed away, he gave the keys to his brother, Kevin Goings, who's been around for quite some time here in the New Jersey area. So I used him on a couple of songs. He's a great soul singer. And he gave me the soul I was looking for on Southern Girl and the Stand Up and Give Peace and Love a Chance. He's singing lead on that. So I used a few different people to kind of make a smorgasbord of talent,
Nothing wrong. That's the blues, man. Everybody plays with everybody. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was fun. And, of course, Anthony Kryzan, who's playing a lot of the guitar work on this album, is my producer, friend. I've known Anthony probably for 40 years. He used to be with the Spin Doctors for a short stint, a few years, and he's played with who's who of everybody. He has a studio in Raritan, New Jersey. And
is that where you did it, at Sonic Boom?
Sonic Boom Studio, yeah, that's Anthony Kryzan's studio.
I've known Anthony also for about 17 years now. I've known Anthony.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He puts out some good music, and he doesn't consider himself a blues man, but I told him, I said, dude, you're a blues man, whether you want to be or not. But, he's on the country vein, country rock, and stuff. You know what he does. You know him for 17 years.
Yep.
You know what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony.
But he did some really good work.
Oh, yeah. And his studio is fantastic. Matter of fact, back in 2010, 2009. So I've known Anthony 16 years. I started writing for the Trentonia newspaper, doing their music column. And he was the first person I ever sat down with face to face at Sonic Boom.
No kidding.
In Raritan. Yeah, and we've been friends ever since.
He's a great guy.
Oh,
he
yeah.
really is. And it was fun. It wasn't like we were working. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We were I would bring some ideas to him. And, I'm a bass player. I'm not a guitar player. I'm a bass player, but I know what I want. I know what I'm trying to do. And we have a very good formula together. I bring him some grooves and some ideas on tempo and pace, and we just create, man. A lot of these original songs were me and him just brainstorming and putting them together, like a puzzle. And serious messages also within these songs.
Lyrics. Let me ask you about lyrics. One of the things that I've always loved about blues music is the lyrical content. Because, of course, you go way back and they speak about the hardships and things. But then when you got into also on the flip side of that, some of them lyrics are just freaking hysterical.
Right.
And the tongue-in-cheek that they use, or the innuendo that's used lyrically, is fantastic. You don't get that, especially not in today's music. You don't get that anywhere at all. So are you the principal songwriter and lyricist? And if so, how important are lyrics to J.B. Barnes?
Well, the lyrics on this effort, and to answer your question, yes, but I have to give Anthony some credit because he helped me develop my lyrics where they made more sense for the grooves that we were laying down. So we kind of did the music first, and I had an idea for the lyrics, like for instance, My Mississippi Roots. That's the title cut of the record as well, and that is actually my father's story. My father died very young. I think I was 4 years old when he passed away.
Oh,
but
wow.
he was the one with the Mississippi lineage. Two of my sisters and my brother, they were all born down in Mississippi. I'm the only one that wasn't born down there. Because during the mid-'50s, my dad and my mom made the decision to get out of the Jim Crow South. They weren't doing bad down there. They were doing okay, but they wanted to move north, like a lot of families were doing at that time. So the lyrics, I want the lyrics to tell a story, and My Mississippi Roots is a prime example of taking lyrics and them making sense. I was born in the Hollow. This is my father talking, way down south of the Dixie line. My daddy made a living farming from dawn to dusk. He grew up on a farm. My mama drove a school bus to help take care of us. My grandmother drove a school bus while my grandfather worked the land. He had a farm, he had horses, cattle, and he wasn't a sharecropper. He was just a farmer with a bunch of acres that he bought after his World War II service in 1949. So, yeah, those lyrics are really diving deep into my dad's story because he didn't live a long life. So I said, at this point, let's see. He died when he was 36.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm 66. So I said, it's about time that I tell his story. And that's what that song is all about, lyrically. Musically, it's a combination of some grooves that I played with over the years. But the lyrics were really heartfelt,
That's what I think is missing from a lot of today's younger artists. It's all whatever sells, even more so than it was when we were young artists.
Right.
So when you have that now, did your mom ever remarry, and how did you wind up playing the bass? What influenced you to do that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Yeah, my mom was in Cleveland. We were in Cleveland, Ohio, when my father passed away in 1964, giving away my age. My mother remarried. Her pastor in Cleveland, Ohio, was a gentleman named Bishop Watkins. Okay, his brother. Well, he was from Newark, New Jersey originally, but he was in Cleveland. He moved out to Cleveland many years before. But his brother still lived in Newark, New Jersey. So, long story short, her pastor introduced my mom to his brother. And like I said, he was from Newark, New Jersey. She married him. And then what did we do? We moved from Cleveland, Ohio to Newark, New Jersey in 1965. Yeah, around 1965. And that's how I ended up here in New Jersey. Now, the bass playing, my sister, my older sister, she's 10 years older than me, God bless her. She's still alive and well. She married a bass player named David Johnson. And David Johnson, I kind of grew up listening to him pluck on the bass. Well, he was really playing. He was playing with some top people. He was playing with Roy Ayers. And, I kind of got interested in the bass by just being around the scene. And I was like, wow, I just love the bass. He had an upright bass, which I never really learned to play that, although I should have. But he played primarily electric bass, and that was a inspiring thing for me.
Because I was going to say, not many, well, I mean, back in the day, not many people woke up one day and said, I want to play the bass. Everybody wanted to play the guitar.
Everybody wanted to play the guitar. That's exactly right. But me, I said, you know what? I want to play the bass. And as I grew up, I was glad that I wanted to do that, because the bass is what can a band do without a good bass player, And then you got some of the greatest bass players out there right now who are also producers and songwriters. You got Marcus Miller, you got Stanley Clark, you got Victor Wooten, and then you got the rock bass players. I thought John Entwistle was a great bass player. The gentleman from Cream, what was his name?
Jack Bruce.
Jack Bruce. I thought he was an excellent bass player. So I always saw that the bass was very important. And of course, in the blues world, who did it better than Willie Dixon?
Right.
Willie Dixon wrote some of the greatest blues songs that everybody covered ever, and he was a bass player. So. Yep.
Yeah. No. And the thing is that those old guys from the 20s and 30s and 40s, they didn't. They wrote this music, and then the Brits turn around and recreate it, and everybody thinks it came from Great Britain.
Exactly. That was, I heard a live concert, a song on Bluesville, Sirius XM. I heard a song by B.B. King, and it was live, and it must have been in maybe the 60s, late 60s maybe. And you know what he said? He said, ladies and gentlemen, you may not know me, but my name is B.B. King. So I knew it had to be an old live recording. And he said, first of all, I want to thank the Rolling Stones, because you would not know who B.B. King is if it wasn't for the Rolling Stones. We're opening up for the Rolling Stones, and I just want to thank them. So I was like, unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I actually, believe it or not, I think that was later than the 60s. I think that was one of the Stones stadium shows.
Maybe in the 70s?
In the early 80s even, maybe, when BB came out and said that.
Okay, so I stand corrected.
Somewhere around, I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought it was somewhere around there. But no, you're 100% right. Now, look, my cousin gave me Led Zeppelin 4 for my 12th birthday because I played a drum.
Uh-huh.
And so, of course, I hear that. What else does Led Zeppelin have? My next purchase was Led Zeppelin 1. And I'm listening to this, and for years, I thought they were Led Zeppelin originals. And then I look at the album one day, I'm like, who the hell is this Willie Dixon guy? So now I start to research Willie Dixon. Of course, you couldn't do it on the internet back then, so you had to really dig. But I was like, son of a gun.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that.
A lot of people don't realize it, and it's happened. It's happened not only in rock music and the British invasion. That was part of the British invasion, because a lot of the besides Motown, a lot of the black blues players like a B.B. King or Muddy Waters, they weren't, in the 60s, they weren't accepted for reasons that I'm sure you know.
Right.
But they go overseas and they play with the Brits, and the Brits just love them.
Yep.
They just worship them. I mean, the Rolling Stones, they got their name from Muddy Waters' song.
Yep.
The Rolling Stones.
Yes, they did.
And I mean, you look at a guy like Eric Clapton, who just swears by Robert Johnson and people. He does total albums dedicated to Robert Johnson or Freddie King. So it's the same thing in hip hop music. They sample stuff, and they don't really know the history behind what they're sampling.
Nope.
All they know is it sounds all right, and it goes good with these rap lyrics.
No, you're 100% correct. That's funny. Sometimes I'll hear that, and my son or my daughter will be listening to something. I'm like, that's an old blues song. Let's talk about where that came from. And they're like, oh, yeah, and it kind of shocks them a little bit. But it's the history, the roots of it. And
It's true.
do you think that that blues music itself, now, I know it and you know it, blues is cyclical, right?
Yes.
I mean, it kind of starts to die off, and then you get, in the 80s, you get like the Fabulous Thunderbirds and Stevie Ray Vaughan bring it back. Then it kind of dies off, and you get Kingfish brings it back. And then it kind of dies off, and now I have several female friends who are all over Sirius XM radio. And Eliza Niels, who lives in Jersey City, and Gina Coleman of Misty Blues are both very good friends of mine.
Oh yeah, I love both of them.
And it seems to be the women are leading the charge a little bit now. You throw in Samantha Fish and Anna Popovic and Ali Venable. Anna Popovic?
I love Anna Popovich. She's one of my favorites. I like her better than Samantha Fish, actually. And it's funny you mentioned Ali Venable. She was at the Reading Blues Festival last year, and I got a chance to sit down and talk with her. And she told me an interesting story. Her mom was with her. She told me an interesting story that she had a chance to do rock and roll, but she chose blues. And I was very, and I said, well, what made you do that? She said, well, hey, I'm from Texas. She said, who didn't know who Stevie Ray Vaughan was? So I really admired that young lady, and what a doll she is. She took pictures with me, so humble, and she even in her set, she did a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. So she said, I chose blues because I just loved Stevie Ray Vaughan.
That's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about the album. How many tracks?
So it's 13 tracks, which is I've become friends with Bernard Allison over the years, and he had advised me, well, try to keep it to 10 or 11 if you can, but I don't know. I guess I'm just I'm a little hard headed, and I want to say so much, but it's 13 tracks. The first 6 tracks are kind of about like Get Up and Go Blues. That's number 1. That's got Stephen Braxton singing on it, and it's kind of like a upbeat blues. Talking about got to move on, and your heart might be still there, but you really got to get up and go. And the second track is like a song I co-wrote with my first guitar player from the small band that I did. He passed away, like I said, but I wanted to resurrect a song that I heard him do. I changed some lyrics and all of that. I'm sure he didn't mind. He passed away, but I still gave him credit for co-writing on the song. That's kind of like, got to make a change. You got things going on in your life, and you need to change them. So you talk about it until you make a change. And so, and that's a slow blues. I think, there's a little bit of everything from a blues point of view, and there's even some classic rock on this. I mean, I wanted to do a version of Wild Horses. I mean, on the last album, I did a Beatles song. Damn, I'm drawing a blank on the song I did. Oh, Darling. Yeah, I did a Beatles song on the last record. And I said, you know what? I want to do a Stones song on this record. And the title Wild Horses kind of reminded me of how I perceived my dad as being, because he really loved my mom, and nothing was going to, Wild Horses couldn't drag him away from her. The only thing that took him away was his death, you know. So I wanted to do that song, and I wanted to make it kind of like a R&B kind of version. The way it's being sung by Stephen Braxton gives it like an R&B kind of flavor. Let's see. Sarah Smile, that's an old R&B classic.
Right.
I when I first heard that song, I heard it from a gentleman named Michael Burks. I'm sure you probably heard of him. He died pretty young. He was a great blues player. He died maybe about 10 or so years ago. I heard his version of the song, which made me really want to do it. So I said, we're going to do a blues version of Sarah Smile, but yet it's still connected to the R&B flavor. And then, let's see, Southern Girl, that kind of talks about my father, again, and his search for a wife. You know, that's an assumptive song. You know, I really don't know what was in his head back in the 1930s and 40s because I wasn't alive. But it's just an assumptive song that he wanted a Southern woman, being a Southern man that he was. He wanted a Southern woman to walk through his life with, and he met my mother. And she happened to be from Louisiana. They got married in 1947, and the rest is history.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. You also did "Blues Falling Down Like Rain," and I just pulled up the press release that Doug sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Influenced by Kenny Neal's version, huh?
Yes. You know, that song was written by Bill Chinook,
Okay.
and a lot of people have done that song. Buddy Guy's done it. You know, several people's done it. But I heard Kenny Neal's version, and that really stuck with me. You know, I wanted to do my version of the song, and I wanted to use more voices, more vocal arranging, and that's the song that I kind of tracked live with Tommy Dowd, you know, my three-piece drummer, and Modine, the guitar player. And then, of course, Anthony did his thing on guitar, and then my son played piano. But yeah, I was really influenced by Kenny Neal's version of that song, so I wanted to do a redo of it.
I got to hang out with Kenny Neal at the Bucks County Blues Picnic several years back. And,
what a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
What a great guy he is.
And then it turns out he was producing a friend of mine's record, Patty Parks. And she knew Kenny, so we had that connection. And I wound up chatting with him about the record. But that day at Bucks County at the Blues Picnic, I had backstage access. Did you ever see that guitar he plays?
Yes.
That Fender?
Yes.
With the gouges out of it?
Yes. That guitar, he says he won't play, and you know he must have 200 guitars. He won't play on the road. He doesn't want to play any other guitar but that one.
That's exactly what he told me. He goes, this is the one I take on the road. I don't play any other guitar but this one.
He don't play no other guitar. I saw him recently, maybe about a month ago. I saw him at the Iridium. And,
Okay.
you know, I like going to places like that because you get up and personal and close to people. And then afterwards, you know, he knows me because I've been to all of his shows every time he comes in the area. And he knows me. I know his family. I knew his brother, the bass player. He passed away. He used to play with James Cotton.
Okay.
So I knew him. And I mean, just what a great guy Kenny Neal is. I tell you, he's just a great guy from Baton Rouge, and he's got a club. He told me he opened up a club down there in Baton Rouge.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
so now that the album's out, what are you going to do? You're going to go on the road, or you going to just do a lot of one-off stuff? Festival season's just about over, so...
Yeah, festival season's over. You know, so I'm looking to gear up for next year. I'm going to do some shows. I mean, we're already midway through October. I'm going to do some record release shows locally. I'm working with Doug on a few places, Lizzie Rose, and I'm going to do some local shows just to get the buzz out there and help support the record. and I'm putting together, like I said, a bigger band, with keys and everything, so I can just, do this record justice. Not saying I didn't do that with the last one, but this one's a personal thing. This talks about my family, and I really want to get it out there and connect with people with this record.
Well, hopefully that gave you some momentum, and it would just
yeah.
snowball from there,
Exactly. That's what I'm looking to do. I get out to see music too, because I always get inspired by the guys that have been out here doing it for a long time. Toronzo Cannon, I know you know who he is.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be at the laundromat in Morristown tomorrow.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And the magic word is free. So I, when I go to these shows, I bring my press kit and I give it out. I give out my CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, last year, Bernard Allison was in Reading. You ever go to the Reading Blues Festival?
No, I have not made that one.
Yeah, it's good. I saw Bernard there again. I handed him my CD, and this was the first CD, JB's Favorite Thing. Anthony also produced that one. I want to hand out my stuff too. I'm there to support them, and I always want to get feedback from guys of that stature. And Bernard, about 4 or 5 days later, he sends me an email, right? And the whole thing with the first album, I did 2 songs that his father did, Luther Allison.
Okay.
I did 2 songs that he did on my first record. And I said to him, when I gave him the record, I said, I handed him the CD. I said, Bernard, look, I did a couple of your dad's songs, man, on this CD. He said, oh, really? I said, yeah. I said, I would love for you to give me your feedback. 4 days later, I get an email from him. The subject line says, fantastic CD. And I was like, wow, that just blew me away. And then he says, call me. so then I call him. I was like shivering. I was like, oh shoot. I call him, and then he didn't answer, but he texted me back. He said, I'm doing an interview, James. He said, look, I'll call you back. I'll call you back either today or tomorrow. And I knew I was going to be in the studio with Anthony the next day working on this record. So he called me, and I was with Anthony when he called. I was like, Anthony, I said, dude, this is Bernard Allison calling. Anthony's like, man, take that call. I said, of course I'm going to take this call. So he just said, I just wanted to tell you, a lot of people hand me stuff worldwide, but he said, I took a listen at your CD, and he said, man, great job. He said, you did a really fabulous job on this. And I said, do you mind if I put you on speaker? I said, I'm in the studio right now, Bernard, with my producer. Would you mind if I put you on speaker so he can hear what you're saying? He said, no, put me on speaker. I said, Anthony, meet Bernard Allison. So he was saying, yeah, it's a great record. You guys are doing some good stuff. He gave a few pointers, try to keep the songs, below 5 minutes if you can. The record executives will listen more if it's a shorter song. And, he gave some very, very good, candid feedback, but overall, that made me feel pretty damn good, Danny.
Well, that's fantastic. That's what you need, because you know what? Next time he's in this area, if he needs an opening act, he may reach out.
He may reach out. Exactly. I've sent him this record. I sent it to him via email, and I told him, I said, Bernard, your feedback is always welcome. And even when I met Kingfish in person, I gave him a complete press kit. He was like, oh wow, he's like, because I paid to get into the VIP so I can get backstage. And he's signing pictures, Kingfish, and handing out pictures. He said, well, here, I got this for you. He said, you want to take some pictures with me? I said, of course, Mr. Kingfish. I said, my family's from Port Gibson, Mississippi. I said, I might have told you that at another show. He said, oh, yeah, I think I remember you. I said, yeah, it's okay. I said, well, guess what? I said, I understand that you have a record label now. I said, here, I have a gift for you too. And he was like, oh, wow, my Mississippi roots. He said, oh, wow, I'm going to give this a listen.
He's a good kid, a nice kid.
He really is. He's a charm.
I've spoken to him a couple of times. I mean, he wouldn't remember me from Adam, but, I spoke to him. Okay, he was always very gracious, very, very pleasant. And he knows a lot of the same people I know in Clarksdale. So we had that commonality,
Yeah, he's from Clarksdale, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I think I kept you long enough, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, please, Danny. Thank you for taking the time with me. I appreciate it.
I was raised in a hollow, way south of the Dixie line. I heard the news on the radio that my people were migrating north. And my daddy made a living, farming from dawn to dusk. My mama drove a school bus to help take care of us. But we always made it some way, with faith in the Lord. Our freedom was a challenge, and Jim Crow was always close. Those days in the holler still feel the blood pumping through my veins. Hard times in the darkness, and they never called me by my name. We stood on the promise, all we had to do was keep the faith. It was hard, like the mud on my daddy's boots. Those were my Mississippi roots. Didn't know much about the city, just went back and forth to work, chucking coal like a slave and doing whatever it took. I had to make myself a living, like my daddy showed me back home, to keep the food on the table and the lights on at home. But we always made it some way, with faith in the Lord. Our family stayed strong, but the world's still knocking at the door. Those days in the hollow still feel the blood pumping through my veins. Hard times in the darkness, and they never called me by my name. We stood on a promise, all we had to do was keep the faith. It was hard, wanted. I bought them for you. Graceless lady, you know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hair.
James J.B. Barnes off his really most recent release. I think that came out October 24th. Very new.
Wow, that was recent.
Yeah. His version of Wild Horses, which he spoke about, and also the title cut, My Mississippi Roots, here on Rock On Radio. Like I said, we've got an interview coming up with Kenny Wayne Shepherd. We also have new music from the Successful Failures we're going to debut, and Dave Keys. So we have a couple of things to get to yet, Producer Claire.
Okay.
So we should probably get right to Kenny Wayne Shepherd, don't you think?
Sure.
Actually, before we do that, I want to make another quick announcement. Rock On Radio Christmas Spectacular is December 6th. If you are a local or non-local musician and you wish to attend, just message me. Go through our website, dcror.com. But Producer Claire and I will gladly take any kind of holiday greetings, either for the show in general or for us personally. Anything we get, we will air. We will also take any music. Now, I've gotten a lot of Christmas music over the years, so I've always like to get some new stuff to interject with some of the old staples like Art's favorite, COVID Christmas. Now, how about this? Kenny K and Jump Back have a gig that day, that night.
Oh,
So
can they make
they're going to come early and leave early.
Okay, good.
So we got to make sure to get to both of them early in the program. But we also have, Andy B., like I said earlier in the show. So anybody who wants to send us music, please do the same. Go through the website, email me MP3s, and Producer Claire and I will make sure that they get on the air. But if you want to send us Christmas greetings or the show or Bruce at Deco, Charlie at Deco, Madison, anybody.
Madison.
Just Madison.
I'll do one for Madison.
You going to do one for Madison? All right.
Well, she's going to come, too, so that'll be fun.
She says she is, so good for her.
That is far, but that'll be fun to see her. Well, she goes up to Syracuse and all that kind of stuff, so she's...
She was on assignment.
I know.
Bruce sent her on assignment.
But still, she's
And
still
how
around.
could you? Why did you think I wanted her to bring me back something weird? Like I had a request.
Ooh, what? What are you talking
When
about?
I said you should have told me you were going to Syracuse, you said to her, "Oh God, what did you want her to bring back now? Something weird again?"
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm.
I forgot. I just say things.
And the December happy hour, I believe, is December 4th.
Yes, that's right before.
First Thursday. And we are going to have every door prize will include one of Dee Dee's lights.
Nice.
And the last giveaway of the night will have the big candles in it. So
good. Nice.
you might want to check that out as well.
Worth coming.
All right, so if anybody's interested in sponsoring the Rock On Radio Happy Hour, which is sponsored by Tyndall Row Brewery and SDM Creations as well, there will be treats from SDM Creations involved. Again, hit us up through our website, dcror.com, which is the quick link for Danny Coleman's rockonradio.com. All right, here is my interview with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, where he talks about Ledbetter Heights, and he talks about just being a dad. Hey, Kenny, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. I am very excited for you and for us as fans about this 30th anniversary tour of Ledbetter Heights.
Well, I'm definitely excited about it.
So I guess we'll just start right at the beginning. Yeah, you were so young when you wrote the record, and of course, there's no way of telling whether or not it's going to be a hit, let alone the magnitude of what it was. So when you were putting all that music together back then, what was going on in Kenny Wayne Shepherd's life that led you to write an album like that?
Well, there was a lot going on, really. I mean, I was a teenager. I signed my record deal when I was 16, and I started immediately writing songs for my debut record that I recorded at the end of my senior year in high school when I was still 17, and so there's a lot. I mean, I'm a teenager. I'm going through all those teenage experiences, and then I'm also like, you know, chasing down my dream and, you know, having this opportunity to try and do something with my music, and then recording it and trying to graduate high school, and you know, there's a lot going on, and then also just trying to figure out like how to make an album that I feel like you know, has an identity and represents who I am and who I want to be as an artist. So, you know, there's definitely was a lot, and learning, like, you know, I had done some recording sessions and stuff before, but you know, it's a lot of first times, you know, a lot of first time experiences, you know, co-writing songs with people, making an entire album in a recording studio, you know, putting it out there for the world to listen to, and, you know, just there was definitely a lot going on.
I bet. It's hard enough being a teenage kid, let alone a budding superstar at the moment. Was that was that hard for you to juggle everything from any potential ego issues to music to schoolwork and all of that, or did it just all kind of calm down once you graduated?
Well, what's interesting is when I was in school, like, most people didn't believe me when I told them I had signed a record deal. You know, they all thought everybody thought I was lying, and it just, you know, wasn't that common, you know, for somebody to do that from my hometown anyway. So it was interesting, all the skepticism, but you know, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, all I knew is I was writing songs that I felt inspired to write. I went in and made the best record that I thought I could make at the time. And, you know, when you put a record out, you hand it over to a record company, and then it's out of your hands. It's out of your control. And you just hope that they know what to do with it. They have the resources to give it its best shot. And then you just wait and see what happens, and you never know if anybody's going to respond to it or not, or if they're going to like it. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty, and you just have to roll with it.
That's 100% accurate for sure. Especially, I mean, I'm a musician myself, so I understand that. You put this stuff out in the world, and you hope for the best. But in your case, Ledbetter Heights just, you know, really took a lot of different things. You're one of those guys, Kenny, that, in my opinion, blues is a cyclical genre, and I'm a blues musician. So there's always, it seems to start to peak, and then it kind of falls down and under the radar. And then somebody like you comes along, and we're the resurgence of the Fabulous T-Birds back in the 80s, or Stevie Ray Vaughan, and you know, now there's a lot of ladies leading the charge, bringing blues back to the forefront. So it's always kind of cyclical. So when Ledbetter Heights came out, you're one of those guys that kind of brought it back to the forefront. And I think that's great, because we need that. Just blues music itself. I'm not sure how many people know that it's named after a neighborhood, you know, in or near your hometown, or that there's a little bit of a nod to Leadbelly in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, I would say I agree with everything you said. Like, blues is cyclical. I've been alive long enough to have seen it happen a few times myself, you know. Like you mentioned, back in the 80s, Stevie Ray and the Thunderbirds, and, you know, whoever else that was really, you know, bringing it to the forefront, Gary Moore, people like that. And then again, in the 90s, you know, with my generation, and yeah, I mean, I was at the forefront of all of that. And yeah, the name Ledbetter Heights for my first album, I mean, it's a multifaceted title, because it pays tribute to Leadbelly, you know, king of the 12-string blues guitar. Leadbelly, you know, lived in an area in my hometown, and he's buried just outside of town, and they named this part of the downtown Shreveport area in honor of him, Ledbetter Heights. And so it was a nod to him and to my blues, my appreciation for blues and the artists, you know, that have inspired me, such as him. And also representing my hometown of Shreveport, you know, on my debut record. So, you know, there's a lot that went into that being the title of the record.
And I see you recorded that all those years ago in Memphis. Whereabouts?
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it at. It was known as Kiva Recording Studios, and then as we were making Ledbetter Heights there, they were transitioning the studio from being called Kiva to it being named the House of Blues Studio. And so we were the first album done in there under the House of Blues studio name. And that studio no longer exists in Memphis anymore. But it was cool, man, because what I did is, I went to school Monday through Wednesday, and then I'd get out of school on Wednesday, and we'd get in the car and drive, 5.5 hours up to Memphis, and then I would record Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then drive back home on Sunday and do that every week until the record was done, until I graduated. And, we had an arrangement worked out with my high school, and they excused my absences so that I wouldn't, because if you're absent too much, they can fail you. So they gave me my schoolwork, and they said, as long as you turn in your schoolwork on time and complete it, then, we'll excuse your absences. So it was pretty cool. There was a lot involved in helping me make that record at that time.
There aren't many schools that would allow that either, so that's fantastic. See, I wasn't aware of that. Where was that studio located in Memphis? Memphis is one of my favorite towns that I've ever been to.
Well, to me, to be honest with you, I don't know. I can't tell you the exact neighborhood off the top of my head. I can tell you how to get there. Like, if we were in the car, I can tell you how to drive there. But, there's different, different areas of town that have different names and stuff, and I don't really remember what that neighborhood is called. So
okay.
You have to forgive me on that.
Well, no problem. I just thought you might off the top of your head. So you're going to take this on the road beginning in February of 2026, and you're using Noah Hunt on the tour with you. And I think it's great. You're going to do the whole album, and then you're going to do more of your material on top of that. A lot of times bands will just focus on one album and not really do much else. So that's going to be a nice long set for you, yes?
Yeah, well, I think our fans, have come to expect, a full-fledged concert, and, that's what we're known for, and we put on great shows, and we try and pack it full of material. So, doing an album, one album live in concert, I mean, if you listen to the whole record, I don't know what the running time is, but it can't be much more over an hour worth of music. So, I think that people would be disappointed if they showed up and we only gave them an hour's worth of music. So, we did a similar thing with the 25th anniversary of my second album, Trouble Is, and we played the whole Trouble Is record, and then we did a whole nother set of music for them, and it went over really well, and it was, at least a 2-hour long show, and I think, the fans have come to expect that kind of performance out of us. So it's exciting, and the fans are going to hear this. We've never done this whole album live before. We've never done every song off of this record before in a concert. So we're excited about that. We recorded a brand new version of the record with Noah singing it, and some of the songs we kind of reimagined a little bit, and so it's an interesting thing. We're going to release that record too, and a lot of people are going to get to hear that album with Noah singing on it, and a few of the songs have a little different treatment to them. And so, they'll have a new experience when they listen to that version of the record, and they're going to get to experience it live in concert. And for me, it's a win-win for everybody, because our fans, for a lot of them, this was where they first heard my music and first got introduced to me as an artist. And this is the album that put me on the map. And so it's a very special record for me, and I think for a lot of our fans. And 30 years is a monumental kind of anniversary for something like that. And so it's a great time to celebrate it.
Oh, definitely. I look at there's a lot of albums that are celebrating 50th anniversaries this year or within the last year. And to be able to stand the test of time like Ledbetter Heights has, that's got to be pretty special for you.
Well, it is. And, the thing that makes me most happy about it is that when I first started making music, my goal, I was not trying to be a pop star. I was not trying to chase the latest trend. And my goal was to write and record music that hopefully people would be able to listen to and be enjoying for many years to come. And, the fact that we're able to do this tour and we're able to to say that 30 years of Ledbetter Heights and the fans are this excited about the tour, it shows me that I think we accomplished what we set out to accomplish.
And that is something that today's music climate, environment, artists, that's something that's lost, I believe, on them and the genre in a whole. And it's not just me saying that. There are so many people I speak with, young and old, who say that the music that's out today will not stand that test of time, will not be going on 30th anniversary tours for one record. So I think the fact that you had that foresight, again, at such a young age, was a great thing. And your contributions to not only blues music, but the world of rock and roll are some, they're going to outlast you. Definitely going to outlast me, Kenny, but they're probably going to outlast you too. People are going to listen to your music and go back and probably say everything from this kid was only 18 to it's just great stuff, and your contributions deserve this.
I appreciate it, and I hope so. I mean, I have 6 wonderful kids with my wife, and it'd be a nice thing to hopefully leave behind a positive example and a good legacy for them to be proud of after I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do the kids appreciate what Dad has done, or are they not really aware?
Oh no, they're very aware, but I'm still just Dad to them.
Right.
So it's funny because I have this American flag that's framed in one of the rooms in my house, and it was gifted to me by the military. And it says, there's a certificate, and it says, this flag was flown over this base in the Middle East in honor of you, right? And my daughter's like, why did they do this for you? Like, what have you done? And I'm like, okay. It's like to her, she just cannot wrap her mind around why somebody would do something like that for me. Like, I'm just her dad.
Right.
So, it's kind of funny. That's how it should be, though. I am just her dad at the end of the day.
No, you're right. I had the honor one time of interviewing Jason Bonham, and I asked him what that was like performing with Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. And he said, to me, they're just Uncle Jimmy and Uncle Robert and Uncle John. He said, they're no different than anybody else. So it's all perspective.
Absolutely.
And with this album, I think you brought a lot of perspective to a lot of people, and as I said earlier, being the cyclical nature of the genre, you probably did it at a really good time to keep bringing blues music back to the forefront. So I think that's fantastic. And the tour kicks off on February 19th. Where at?
Well, I don't have the list in front of me, to be
Okay.
honest with you, but I know one of the earliest shows is here in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm living nowadays, but I'd have to pull up the whole tour to give you the specifics of where the first city is. But we're hitting a lot of great places. We're coming up to your area. We're doing, Nashville, Austin, Texas, one of my favorite venues down there at ACL Live. We're going to be doing my hometown in Shreveport as well. So, it's shaping up to be a really great tour. They've announced the dates. I think this is the first leg of the tour. So there probably will be more dates announced, later on. And we'll probably extend the tour, maybe even through the rest of the year if it goes well. But, right now, I think we have an exciting list of cities and venues that we're going to be bringing this show to.
That's great. Before I let you go, Kenny, I also see, I just, if I recall, and correct me please if I'm wrong, did you do something with Bobby Rush lately?
Yeah, we put a record out in March, and it's called Young Fashion Ways. And it was, a collaboration, Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Bobby Rush, and it's pretty incredible. It's one of my prouder moments, musically, because it's a traditional blues record. It's the real deal. There's a level of authenticity that this album has because of a guy like Bobby Rush. And we took him out on the road with us. So he was on the road with us for most of this year. Toured all over the U.S. We went to Europe for the whole month of July. He came with us there. And just an incredible experience, It's definitely a record that I'm very proud of.
And I only ask because I know Bobby a little bit, and that man, he kills me. He cracks me up. 91 years old, still sharp as a tack with a wit that is unmatched. So that's great. Fantastic. I was not aware of that record, though. I'm going to have to definitely pick that up.
Yeah, well, I promise you, if you get it, you will not be disappointed. If you're a blues fan at all, you'll love this record. And like I said, I'm just so excited to have been a part of a record like this. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I just love blues music. I mean, it's one of my first true loves when it comes to guitar and just music in general. And so to make a record like this with a guy like him is just incredibly special for me.
That's fantastic. All right, Kenny, thank you so much for your time, man. I greatly appreciate it. Good luck with the tour, and I hope I'll get to see you when you're up here near the Jersey, New York, Philly area.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Rock on. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Shame on me forever loving you, baby. Shame, shame, shame. Ah, shame on me forever loving you, baby. Now you came, then you went. What's this poor boy to do? Oh, yeah. Lord, Lord, I tried. But you took everything that I own. This wasn't mine. Lord, Lord, I tried. Done took everything that I own. Oh, hey, now, little girl, I wonder why's your love to
Shame, Shame, Shame from Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Nice.
I can't believe that album's 30 years old. Although Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti just turned 50 years old. I never thought I remember. I was in high school when that album came out.
I wasn't.
I knew that you were going to say
I was
that.
younger.
That's right.
About 11 years. 11 years younger? No. How could you be in... I was only 7. Oh, you're old. Sorry.
I see. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, or actually, no. Physical Graffiti, 50 years. I think that came out in 1975.
Oh, okay.
So I was in 8th grade when that album came out.
Okay.
But, regardless, the 7th or 8th grade, I guess. But new releases, I talked to Mick Chorba yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And the Successful Failures have a brand new release. They're going to have a release party on November 15th for it. It's a 4-song EP.
Okay.
It's called the Sun Studio Sessions. They drove themselves down to Memphis.
Wow.
And recorded at the actual Sun Studios.
Right where...
And at Sun Studios, because I've been there, you can go in and if you take it's a working recording studio.
Okay.
But if you take the tour, it's one of the few places that takes you go in through the gift shop where you assemble.
Not that you don't wind up there.
Then you go upstairs to a museum that's set up with various instruments and articles of clothing and sheet music and booths that were used back in the day when when it was first created. Mm-hmm. And you go downstairs and the drum kit that was in use there when the studio was in its heyday is right there.
Can you use it?
No, you can't. Well, I don't know if you can use it for recording, maybe, but you can't touch it. However, what is there is the piano that Jerry Lee Lewis played Great Balls of Fire on, and the microphone that you see in that iconic picture of Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's holding the mic and he's leaning. You can actually recreate that picture yourself. They allow you to touch that one.
Really?
And I believe, and I could be wrong here, but they allow you to record with it as well if you want.
It's still working?
But the $1 Million Quartet recorded there was Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, and Johnny Cash.
At the same time? Or
yeah, they were the $1 Million Quartet.
Wow.
And was it Carl Perkins or Chet Atkins?
Chet Atkins, maybe.
Either way, yeah, they did a lot of stuff together, separate. And behind that area is where the actual recording studio still is. And if you are willing to pay, you can go down there and record. Like Gretchen Emery went down to Muscle Shoals.
Right.
The Successful Failures went down to Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee, and they chose to record this 4-song EP. Now, one of the songs that they recorded was a Johnny Cash song.
Nice.
Called Long Black Veil, or it was a song that Johnny Cash had made famous. Might be more like it. But it's called Long Black Veil, and they redid it down there. So we're going to play that one.
Okay.
Again, they have a release party coming up November 15th in Bordentown, right around the corner from Tyndall Row Brewery, down at the waterfront, Riverview Studios.
Oh yeah. Okay. We did the diocesan kids used to drop more off there.
Ah, okay. Well, that's where their release party is.
Oh wow.
So, which we can talk about because Mick asked me if I was interested in attending.
Ah, nice.
So, or if I was going to attend. So we'll see where that goes. But here are, from Chesterfield, New Jersey, the Successful Failures off their new Sun Studio Sessions EP. Here's their version of Long Black Veil.
10 years ago, on a cold dark night, someone was killed neath the town hall lights. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. Judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life. I was in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows
We like that album so much we threw in a bonus track.
I like that.
I asked producer Claire what she liked off the album, and the 2 out of the 4 tracks that were her favorites
Yep, we played.
were Long Black Veil, and that last one that you just heard was William D. Quinn here on Rock On Radio. That's the Successful Failures of their new record, Sun Studio Sessions.
Nice.
This next gentleman also has a brand new record out. His name is Dave Keys. Dave has played keyboards or piano for anybody and everybody.
And he's very good.
He spent 10 years as the keyboard player for the legendary Odetta, amongst others. Dave, it was so good to run into him at the Jazz and Blues Festival.
Really nice.
And get caught up, and such a nice man, and to hang out and talk with him. And he has a brand new album out. He messaged me. I met him through Early Times, actually,
Oh, really?
who of course I met through Mark Swirsky, who of course I met through Helen O'Shea. I have no idea how I met Helen. I don't remember.
Really?
But
That's so funny.
But Dave Keys has a new album out. It's called Two Trains. And we're going to play a couple of quick tunes from him, and then we're going to come back and wrap it up.
Nice.
Okay? Here's his new album, Two Trains. This is Boogie Till the Cows Come Home.
I got nothing to say. The cat must have got my tongue. Been a bit of a day, but the bull in me ain't done. I'm gonna keep on pushing through. I'm gonna do what I know to do. I can't stop now, it's all I've ever done. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. Till hell freezes over, till the crowd falls from the throne. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. Knocking around my mental menagerie, a jungle of emotion against me. I was high on the hog, now I'm just trying to walk the dog. One day at a time, and boogie is the key. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. Till horses fly, baby don't cry, and the chicken got no bone. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. Say one day the lion and the lamb lie down. On that peaceful day we're gonna cakewalk into town. All the children, women and men will all be together again, dancing and singing till that day comes round. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. Till the Rockies crumble, Gibraltar tumbles, the sun has turned to snow. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows come home. I'm gonna boogie, boogie till the cows rest in peace, rest in love, in the angels' arms above. You were loved, we were blessed. Now in peace, may you rest. Too soon for you, the day is done. The end that comes for everyone. You taught us well, we loved a lot. Forever we forget you not. You were loved, we were blessed. Now in peace, may you rest. Now in peace.